Hey guys, it's me, Miss Arneson. I'm the teacher of this class. It's called Science 112 Chihuahuan Desert Critters. So at Las Montañas, we number our classes just like they would at college. And so, like 112 means that this is a freshman level biology class. So the biology classes here are 100 level classes. So if you're taking this class, you probably already took Science 102, which was about evolution. And then this class is going to be about something completely different. Well, I mean, not completely different, but like all of it's related, but it's about ecology. And ecology is the study of ecosystems. This would be like a cool thing to major in college if you wanted to work outside. If you become a wildlife biologist, you could basically work for a company and do like impact reports, and then you would spend like all of your time outside. I know somebody who's a wildlife biologist, and they actually in their company get flown like to different places around the country. So like it's part of her job. She gets flown there, not well, it's like part of her pay, and she gets like a per diem so she can buy food and stuff when she's there. She stays in a hotel and she does studies all over the country. So it would be a really fun job. If I didn't mind being outside all the time, I might consider it, but I get sunburned really easy, so I try to stay indoors. Okay, let's talk a little bit more about this class. The name of this class is Chihuahuan Desert Critters. So we're going to be obviously talking about the Chihuahuan Desert. That's our desert, the one we live in here. So even if you live in town, the desert that like the bigger biome surrounding our city is the Chihuahuan Desert. And the Chihuahuan Desert basically goes up almost all the way to Albuquerque, and then it goes way down into Mexico. So, and then it's pretty wide too. So like you probably know a lot about it since you live here. But we're going to zoom in and we're going to look at a lot of the critters and a lot of the plants and bugs and stuff that live here. Okay, I'm going to shrink myself so I can show you a little bit about this website. Oh, if you want to know more about me, like personally, because you don't know very much about me, I want to know about you. And students haven't been like really returning emails and stuff. I've tried to ask like a few like, hey, how are you questions? What are you like as a person? Because some of you I don't know. So if you ever want to call me and like just talk about like, the normal stuff that we would do at the beginning of class, but we don't have time to do in these terms and we're online, so we really can't do it. I would love to just like find out what your hobbies are and like what middle school you're coming from, what you've liked about school in the past, what you didn't like about it. So give me a call. I'm always available basically. Okay, so here's our class. When you go to your Google Classroom, what you're going to see is a bunch of classes, right? And you're going to be clicking on this class, which is Chihuahuan Desert Critters. I put this nice picture of the Chihuahuan Desert with a beautiful riparian zone right around this river that's going through this set of mountains. So it's really pretty, and that's really representative of what we're going to be studying. The stream page is the first thing that gets posted. Like this is the first page it takes you to. I hate this page and I am never going to use it basically except for a few announcements. So like you can ignore this page, like whatever's on here. There should be like almost nothing ever on here, but if there is, I would read it because it might be an important announcement. Okay, so there's a couple of different ways to look at this. So if you go to people, there aren't any students yet because I'm making this video before class starts, but you can click on people and you can email other students in the class, or you can email me if you have any questions and that's the way you want to contact me. Your grades should be available in your classes. I actually think I haven't invited myself yet, so I'm going to invite myself really quick. I have a student account, and then I'll go work from my student account so that you guys can see better what this class will look like. Hold on, I gotta go to my email. Here we go, here we go. Oh, I wonder if it'll already be up there. Let's see. I might have to add it. Nope, gotta add it from the email first. Okay. Hopefully I don't have any embarrassing emails that I've received. Oh, there's a lot. Oh, where is my invitation? Huh. I wonder if it's blocking them. Well, that's okay because there's another way to get into a classroom. So if you go to this plus button, you can click join class or create class, and I'm going to click join class, and then I'm going to find the classroom code for this class, which I will send you in an email. It's TFXM7N7. TFXM7N7. M7N7. Let's see if that was right and I remembered it. Oh, I need to click join. Here we are. Okay, so if you go to people, you'll be a student and you'll have teachers and you'll be able to talk to other students in the class as well, which is really important because sometimes you can ask them for help if you don't want to ask me. All right, so Stream has nothing on it. Usually it does right now because I forgot a setting and I need to go change it. But what you're going to do is go to classwork, and this is really where you're going to find your lessons. Just do them in order. So this one, I need to change it to have a due date. I thought I did, but I guess it erased it. You just click on this and then you follow the directions. So it says click on 112 Chihuahuan Desert Critters Syllabus Document. Boop. Open this up. Then what? Open the video called Introduction. I'm making that right now, so you can't open it. But then you're going to take a quiz when it's over, which I still need to make the quiz. So you can just follow the directions. I want to talk a little bit about what you can see on here, what is going to be on this, what is going to be in here, so you guys can know that stuff. So when you go to do, it'll tell you what assignments that you need to turn in. You can also go to done, and it'll tell you what you've already turned in. So I'm a student, but I haven't been turning in my assignments because I'm making them. So I just wanted you to know that you can see that in there. Okay, Chihuahuan Desert Critters, here we go. So in classwork, you just need to follow the lessons by their due date. There's only usually 4 to 5 weeks in a term, so you can't get behind because they go pretty fast. But that's why you always have the opportunity to call me and I'll help you. Okay, so I'm going to click on this one, Introduction to Ecology, just to kind of show you how lessons go in here. So this is how I'm setting up my lessons. This says X out of 10. And that is where I'm going to put your grade. So like this is 10 points. And I'm going to, when I grade it, I'll put a number right here and then you'll know how much you got on that section. This one has 3 sections that are going to get a score. So then I would like add all of those up and then divide by 3 to get your overall grade. So that's how I get your grades on these assignments, you guys. On a quiz, there are points for each question, and then there are points for the multiple choice, and I put those in as well. So I'm not just calculating your grade like off the top of my head, like I have ways to do it, and you can always ask me about that. So here are directions for this assignment. All you would do is say, linked here is an image of the desert. It is not the Chihuahuan Desert. Sorry, I can't find a good one. I think it's the Sonoran Desert. So you just have to follow the directions that are in there. Okay, then when you're done, you can push on this button that says turn in, and that'll turn in this assignment, and then I will know that you're ready for me to grade it. If you don't finish an assignment by the due date, and usually the due date is Thursday, but every once in a while there's something that's not due on Thursday because of like we have a quiz that week, or you have to do something before something else, so I want you to finish it like quicker. I make it due first. So I will put up the grades as soon as I can, and I'll put them in as zeros if you didn't do it. You can still do it if you get a 0. You can still turn it in. You just need to do it as soon as possible and turn it in. I always put a little thing that says type your paragraph here or number of the times you completed the quiz, because that's where I want you to put your answer. And the reason I like it to be in blue is so it's easier for me to find it and grade fast. Okay. The other thing that's going to be under any assignment is going to be this document that is color-coded like this. You should be familiar with these because I think all your teachers are using them. Mine is basically just a guide. So it's like, what is the engage? Well, you need to do the warm-up. What is the explore? You need to do the section called foundational vocabulary. So this is just like a guide so you can get like an overall look at what an assignment's going to involve. But the most important part of this document is that it tells you how much time you should be spending on each part. So like if you turn in, because you have to write a paragraph about the Chihuahuan Desert, if you turn in like 3 sentences and they don't make any sense, then I can probably tell that you didn't take 25 to 35 minutes on it. So when you write this paragraph, like I want you to do a good job. Mr. Martinez has asked that we give our students 3 to 4 hours of work per week. And so that's what I'm doing. And so when I time this, like I really think you're going to put effort into it. And if you don't put effort into it, the chances are you're probably going to have to redo it. Okay, let's go look at the syllabus for this class, just so you know what our essential questions and everything are. Okay, so the syllabus in my class, I try to put in quite a bit of information. So here is my phone number. You can text me or call me at this number. I'll probably be texting and calling you and your parents. So just make sure that you know that that's my number and that you can call me anytime. I don't have official office hours. Basically, you can call me anytime from like 8 o'clock in the morning to 7 o'clock at night. I might be doing something and I can't help you right then, but I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Most of the time, I can get back to you within like 5 minutes, no matter what I'm doing. But I'm taking Sundays off because I need some time off to be like a human being as well as a teacher. Okay, so this is a description of this class. Here are some policies and procedures that are really important to your success. So just remember that all of these things might change because we're living in a pandemic, and so things change, and sometimes we might be going back to school and then they might cancel it and we have to go back home online. Like, I don't know what's going to happen, but we just have to be flexible and follow all of these expectations. So here's what I want you to try to do. Stay on schedule. Okay, if you stay on schedule, you won't get behind, you won't get stressed out. If you can't stay on schedule because there's a family emergency or your internet goes down or you have the COVID, okay, just call me or text me and let me know what's going on in your life and you'll be fine and you'll be able to finish it and you can still pass the class. So I really don't want you to stress about not finishing things on time. I want you to focus on learning the things, which is actually my next part. So students are not reading the directions so far in my classes. So they're like, I don't get it. And I'm like, well, what part don't you get? And they're like, I don't know. I don't get the whole thing. And I'm like, well, step one is watch this video. Did you watch the video? Because that was step one. Are you confused about that part? Okay, step two is make a list of words that you don't understand that were in the video. So what words did you not know? Make a list of those words. Look them up. You know, like tell me what part of the directions that you're stuck on, because otherwise it's really hard for me to help you. Like, I don't know what I don't get it means. You don't get what part of it do you need help with? So I need you to be really specific with stuff like that. One thing you're going to have to do while we're working online is work to learn. Like, you're doing these things, try to learn what is happening. If you try to learn and don't focus on just finishing the assignment and getting it turned in, but you focus on actually understanding what the assignment is about, then this class will be so much easier for you. I know that sounds crazy. Like, if you're trying to learn, class will be easier. But when you don't do that, what you end up doing is feeling like really lost in assignments. And I put the assignments in order. So like, you need to know the parts of lesson 1 before lesson 2 makes sense. So if you're just skipping over lesson 1 and turning things in randomly, like, it doesn't help you on lesson 2. It makes you more confused. So that's why I'm saying, like, you really need to stay on the schedule and you really need to focus on learning the things, not just finishing. Of course, you cannot copy. Don't copy things off the internet. Don't copy things from each other. That's cheating. You will get a 0. Okay, one other thing that I learned, and I didn't put this on my syllabus in the first term, but I am right now. Expect to revise. So everybody has been getting assignments back because you can't expect that you're going to be perfect at everything you try the first time you do it. Think about when you're trying to learn different layups for basketball. You know, like, think about when you are trying to learn a skateboard. Like, you can't do the hard part the first time. And that's kind of how school is. You're not going to be able to do everything the first time. A lot of things you might be able to, but you're going to get things back and I'm going to ask you to, like, try it again or fix it or reorder it. And I'm not doing that because I'm like, you're dumb and you didn't understand. I'm doing that to everyone because everyone is learning how to do this new online learning thing, and it's really hard. It's hard for you and it's hard for me too. Okay. Oh, I already put this on here. Focus on learning and understanding instead of finishing assignments. I really mean that. I don't mind having it on the syllabus twice. Learn and understand. If you don't learn and understand, call me up and I will walk you through it. Okay, 80% of your grade will be determined by assignments. 20% of it is going to be by the final test. In this class, you have a project assignment, and so you'll be collecting pictures of animals and plants around wherever you go, and then you're going to put those into a little mini PowerPoint and talk about their roles in ecosystems. So that will also be a part of your assignments. You will have a final exam, and it'll be 20% of your grade. Half of it will be selected response, which means multiple choice, and half of it will be short answer. You actually know the short answer questions on that test right now. They're going to be these essential questions, so we'll go over those in a second. If you do anything more than what I'm asking you to do, so like let's say I ask you to write a 5-sentence paragraph and I really only want it to be 5 sentences. I really only want it to be 5 sentences. But there's a lot of things where you can do extra. Like I ask you to find 5 details, but you find 10. Instead, you write down 10 details. That would mean that you can get bonus points on a part of assignment, and that can boost your overall grade. That's the extra credit that we have in this class. If you don't pass the class, you can retake your final, but first you have to do all the assignments to a 70% or better. So like, let's say that in the first week of class, you were totally slacking off and you got like 50s or lower on those assignments. You can't retake the final until you redo those assignments and get at least a C or higher. Why? Because at Las Montañas, passing is a C or higher. We don't allow you to get a credit for getting a 60% or a 69%. You have to do at least a 70% or higher. So I just want you to know that because that's different about Las Montañas than other schools. But it's because we want you to learn instead of just finish, instead of just turning things in. Okay, so there's 3 academic standards that we're covering in this class. If you want to read them, they have a lot of details. You can click on any of these links and it'll tell you, down here is actually the most helpful part. So it'll tell you exactly like what do you need to know. So like on this standards, you need to be able to look at mathematical or computational representations, which in this case just means graphs basically. So you need to be able to look at those and you need to be able to interpret them. That's basically what you're going to have to do. If somebody gave you a data set, would you be able to make it into a graph? Okay, so those are the things that you have to do here. So that's kind of helpful because like it tells you what are going to be the details of this class. But I break these down into one essential question because I'm like, this is a lot of stuff. And if I was a student, I would not pay attention to it. Well, I might because I'm super nerdy, but like the average student isn't going to pay attention to it. So the essential question here, what this whole standard can be boiled down to is, how do scientists understand and communicate carrying capacity? Okay. So now I know what this whole entire thing is about. I might not know what carrying capacity is, but now I have a goal for class. I need to learn what that is. Okay, next. This standard can be boiled down to how are matter and energy cycled in biogeochemical cycles. That's going to be about like food webs and the water cycle and the nitrogen cycle and stuff. And then last but not least, how do ecological disturbances impact ecosystems? I bet you could even come up with an ecological disturbance, even though I have never taught you what that means yet, just because it's described by the words. So we're going to study those things in class. Those are our 3 essential questions, and they're really important. So remember, this class is about ecology. That's the science that we're studying. It's a type of biology, and we have 3 essential questions. How do scientists understand and communicate carrying capacity? How are matter and energy cycled in biogeochemical cycles? And how do ecological disturbances impact ecosystems? So I think that's all I want to say. I'll probably come up with other updates for you guys, but I hope you're having a good day, and I'll talk to you later. Sorry this video is long, but it's the introduction. And there's a quiz on it, so I hope you paid attention.